No puzzle game is unrecognizable than Tetris. But what's the story? Now don't get confused because I'm about to explain and review about Tetris. Dun dun. Tetris is a puzzle video game originally designed and programmed by Alexei Pasyanov in the Soviet Union. It was released on June 6, 1984, while he was working for the Dorno-Dinichen Computing Century of the Academy of Science of the USSR in Moscow. He derived its name from the Greek numerical prefix tetra. All the game's pieces, known as tetraminones, contain 4 segments and tennis, Pasyanov's favorite sport. Cool. The Tetris game is a popular use of tetraminones, the fourth element special case of polyominones. Polyominones have been used in popular puzzle games since at least 1907, and the name is given by the math guy Solomon W. Goldbaum in 1953. However, even the enigma of tetraminones is dated to antiquity or something like that. The game, or one of its many variants, is available for nearly every video game console and computer operating system, as well as on other devices such as graphing calculators, mobile phones, portable media players, PDAs, network music players, and even an Easter egg on non-media products like oscilloscopes. It has even expired Tetris serving dishes and been on the sides of various buildings, which with the record holder for the world's largest fully functional game of Tetris being an effort by the Dutch students in 1995 that lit up all 15 floors of the electrical engineering department at Delft University of Technology. While versions of Tetris were sold for a range of 1980s home computer platforms, it was hugely successful for the handheld version for the Game Boy, launched in 1989, that established the game as one of the most popular ever. Electronic Gaming Monthly's issue had Tetris in first place as greatest game of all time. In 2007, Tetris came in second place in IGN's 100 Greatest Video Games of All Time. It has sold more than 70 million copies. In January 2010, it was announced that Tetris had sold more than 100 million copies for cell phones alone since 2005. Wow, Tetris is very cool. The best part is the music. Music A in version 1.1 of the Game Boy edition of Tetris has been very widely known to this point that level 20 in Tetris DS is based on this Game Boy version of Tetris that uses that theme. It is an instrumental arrangement of a Russian folk tune called Karabaniki, the most widely used of several Romanized spellings, which is covered by UK dance band Dr. Spin, US alternative rock band Ozma, Tokyo Sika Paradise Orchestra, Bass Hunter, and Swedish Eurodance's DJ. And also the German techno group Scooter on their 2007 album Jumpin' All Over the World. It has been sampled in 21 concepts by MC Lars. Music A and B are also remixed and arranged for Super Smash Bros. Brawl and can be selected for the stage Luigi's Mansion, as well as being used in the custom stages. The song has been remixed for 2 dance games under the name Pumptris Quattro in Pump It Up to NX and Happy Hopper in Dance Maniacs 2 Second Mix. Rana Murray has recorded an arrangement of the tune pipe for pipe organ in that game. Music B in the Game Boy version is unknown. Music C in the Game Boy version is an arrangement of John Sebastian Bach's French Suite No. 3 in B minor, BWV 814 in V miniature trio. Music 1 of the NES version, which you will see be playing, well, that's the other version, but is Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, a tune noted to be scene 14C of Act of 2 of the Nutcracker, composed by Tchaikovsky. One of the song in the BPS and Atari versions is Kalinka, a famous Russian song written by Ivan Petrovich Ladronov. Well, start the confusion. By 1989, half a dozen different companies claimed the rights to create and distribute Tetris software for home computers, game consoles, and handheld systems. Meanwhile, held that none of the companies were legally intended to produce an arcade version and signed those rights over to Atari Games, while it signed non-Japanese console and handheld rights over to Nintendo. Tetris was shown at the January 1988 Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, where it was picked up by Dutch games publisher Hank Rogers, then based in Japan, where it eventually led to an agreement broker with and Nintendo that saw Tetris bundled with every Game Boy. I got this game from geeksetcetera.com, which is where I'll buy all my games from now on. Link in the description. So as you can see, I'm excited to be reviewing this. So yeah, in a nutshell, Atari and made their own copy of Nintendo of Tetris, and then after some battles in the courts, they decided Nintendo was the only one to produce and record Tetris. Now, that is pretty big, but you gotta like it, so you know. Okay, let me just continue. So as the game starts, you see a temple of a Russian king? Who knows? You know what? I have no idea what the story is, too. Is this a situation like the world is getting attacked by killer blocks, and to kill them you have to create lines? That's my idea. Anyone who's just starting to play Tetris will get up to 10 to 12 or 13, 14, 15 lines. My personal best is 62 or 64. Post a video response to this so I can see what you got. Anyway, I recommend the Atari version than the Nintendo version due to well, it's way better than the Nintendo version by a hair. But overall, check this game out. So basically, as you can see here, I'm this is just my microphone do-over, and I'm talking even though I'm not talking in the video. Plus, I got a new thing. It's not activated, but I got it, and it has no watermark. Yay! But I'm just gonna spend 1 week with this and see how it is. And if I post this on YouTube, which I probably will, then I definitely will try and buy the regular version. Voiceovers rock. And that history stuff I got off of Wikipedia.com. If you want to see it without getting confused, go to Wikipedia.com and just search Tetris. Yeah, basically it's a really good game. But I would say the Atari version, but the Atari version went after 3 weeks. They forced Atari, the courts forced Atari to take all their copies of Tetris off the shelves and put Nintendo's on. So as you can see, Nintendo is now the best of Tetris, but you can also find Tetris on the iTouch, iPhone, cell phones, well, iPhone is a cell phone, but iPhones, cell phones, basically every console. And if you can't find it, just search Nintendo or something, or Tetris, or if you're into emulators, which I'm not, you would just yeah. So yeah, I would say buy the NES version. I mean, not the Atari version, because I don't know, it's kind of better, but not by much. I'm hoping to get, I'm hoping to get a capture. I do have a capture card, but I need a laptop that I could put in the room that I play this game in, and then, therefore, I could record all my stuff. But I'm gonna have to hard time reviewing, because where my NES hooks up, that's the only plug-in inputs that I have. Mine is an original. It's an Arius. Search it up. But yeah, I'm trying to get a laptop, a small, sleek laptop. Anyway. Yeah, so I have a script for it. I just decided to write a script for it because, well, it's really hard to memorize, and with all the stuff, I had to find the suggestions. And by the way, if you're Russian, I'm sorry if I said the Russian names, or the German or the Dutch names. I don't speak those languages, so I'm kind of well, I am. Well, yeah. So, yeah. And here I'm gonna die, obviously, but my high score is 62 or 64, and my mom's is actually, I think, 100. Maybe. Ease.